Why is my nose so itchy? Lately, I just feel like I'm a broken record. Content's the long game. Content's the long game. We're aiming right out with our content because it's the long game. And I feel like people hear that and they go, yeah, cool, strap me in, I'm ready to go. But they don't get that it's actually the long game. And I guess I am being a little sarcastic. But we have to realize how long the long game is. When we think 6, 12, 18, 24 months away, it doesn't actually sound that long. But guess what? When you're creating video, when you're creating blog posts every single week, you can hit 9 weeks in or 15 weeks in and stinking heck, like it's the long game already. I'm cracking out these videos week in, week out. I'm doing blog posts or I'm doing Instagram stories or Snapchat stories. And where's the business? Where's my return? Why am I still doing this? I'm tired. Does anyone even care? Am I being helpful? Yes, you are. And you need to keep doing it. So let's talk about content creation and how to survive the roller coaster. And I feel like I'm really heavily equipped to speak on this because I really pull from two sides. I understand the long game because I have to do it for clients regardless. I don't have an excuse. And then I understand that bottoming out because I have experienced it myself. If you go and look back at my first videos, I did about 8 and then I got too busy to do anything about it and I stopped creating content. So I have put together what I think are 5 key areas to help you survive the content creation and content marketing journey that's ahead of you. And the first one is to goal set. We all goal set for our business, or at least hopefully we do. It's about looking 6, 12, 18 months, even 2 years down the track, being consistent with a certain type of output in order to build brand, to build authority. As well as that long-term goal setting, I think you need intermediate and short-term goals as well to have things to shoot for and aim for that are a little bit closer to just give you that momentum to keep going, to help propel you forward towards those bigger goals. Maybe your goal is centered around your community. Maybe you're trying to encourage more engagement because maybe you haven't been great at it in the past. So use those types of things as shorter term goals perhaps. And there's a whole myriad of other things that you can do. I'm not going to tell you what to do. All I'm saying is make sure that content marketing and that 6, 12, 18, 24 month goal isn't the only one you've got, because you'll get discouraged really, really quickly and you will fall off the horse and you won't get back on. So my second key area for you is once you've goal set, plan out your content. Now, you may have seen other content that I've put out, other videos that I've put out where I've said don't plan too heavily, and I stand by that. Don't go into such fierce detail that you get overwhelmed or that it stops you ever getting things out. You know, for a lot of small businesses, their strength is that they're small, they're nimble, they can make decisions. You can literally go, I want to create a video, set up your iPhone and publish something that's high quality, really, really fast. Big companies can't do that. There's red tape, there's boards that have to pass it, there's executives that have to okay it. We have that unique ability to be able to turn things around really, really quickly. So when I say plan, I don't mean get bogged down in writing lists that you never do. I mean, have an idea and write it down so that you don't forget it. Dot point out what you want to say or what you want to write about, whatever the content is, write it down and then get it done. My third key area for you is the discipline of scheduling. You need to figure out a frequency that's good for you, that suits you, where you can actually keep up with that schedule. Try not to be too ambitious when you're initially making that schedule because you won't keep to it. You'll put too much pressure on yourself and ultimately you're setting yourself up to fail. So choose a frequency that you're comfortable with, even if it's a little bit less than what you would like, and then up that frequency. If you can commit to the first frequency you set, up that later on after you've been consistent for a time. Number 4 is similar to number 2, and that is do it anyway. And I think of it like this. You know, if you have a piece of fruit and it's ripe and you leave it in the fruit bowl, eventually it rots. But that piece of fruit was once good. And I think of content creation and ideas the same. A lot of the time, an idea just needs execution, and that's part of what makes it good. But if we sit on it and we mull over it and we don't do anything with it, it over ripens, it goes off, it turns sour. And even though once upon a time it was ripe and it was good and it was ready to go and it would have worked, it would have tasted good, it now isn't good. And it will never be good again because you didn't take action on it. You didn't pick up that fruit and eat it. You didn't get in front of the camera or write those words down in a blog post or make that story. So I encourage you, if you have the idea, to execute quickly, because it's not just about quick content. It's not just about that. It's the simple fact that stewing on something too long just means that you'll never get anything done because it always goes bad. And my fifth key area, which is less of a something you need to do and more of a mindset thing, is don't attribute short-term ROI success metrics and measurements to long-term goals. So what I mean by that is, when I'm with clients and I talk to them about their content, we talk 6, 12, 18 months out. We talk a long time out before we want to see results from content. Of course, we want to see them earlier, but we're being realistic here. It takes time to build brand, especially if we are kind of doing it from scratch. It takes time to build authority, especially if that business has never put authority pieces out before, has never tried to be an authority. Let's not put the expectation that we would have on, say, a Facebook ad funnel where we want leads in the next day. Let's not put that expectation on the content marketing that we've expected to take 18 months. And the reason I bring this up is because sometimes content marketing can work wonders and it can work really, really fast. You might have a niche where no one else is doing anything in that niche and you can rise to the top really, really quickly, become the authority, and that brings you business really, really fast. And I can speak about this from experience. I was only putting out content for 8 weeks before I had to stop, just purely because I had too much work. And while I got immediate results for content marketing, and while you may get results from your content marketing, I would so hope that you get them earlier than 6 months, we still have to remember not to attribute that short-term success to it. If we get it, it's so, so great. But don't put a false expectation on it just because things have shifted a little bit. Use it as a reminder. Use it as motivation to keep doing it because it is working. It is resonating. It is getting you business. But don't expect to be the authority. Don't expect to be the brand before due time. I hope that's been of help because I know that content creation is super exciting and then we start doing it and we taper off for whatever reason. It's different for all of us. But I really hope that those things help keep you in line and keep you going. And so when you're in that 8th week, that 12th week, that 16th week of creating, churning out videos, churning out blog posts, doing all the content things, you remember that, yes, part of it's a grind, but we keep doing it because it's for a long-term end goal. It's to build brand. It's to build authority. And you can do it. You can be consistent. You can ride that curve out and not dip back down. It happens to everyone. It doesn't matter if you... This sucks. Oh, bloody hell, this sucks. That's not what I want to say.